Roske is here. It's time for Roske on the politics.
So, you know, it's been fun. The last couple of weeks now, we've had a special guest in here. And what we do when we have a special guest, we run through a bunch of stuff, and then we keep it a surprise if you don't recognize the person. So we're going to chat with this person in just a little bit. But up first, I want to show a photograph. Rachel, why don't you put it? So this is Halloween.
The governor.
So
was he Santa Claus?
So I was Abraham Lincoln vampire hunter, and there's Taylor as a vampire. And then Governor Branstad and the entire Branstad family, they were dressed up as the Griswolds from Christmas Vacation.
No way.
Okay,
the
that's
whole
cute.
family, and it was up at Scaris Hill, the Halloween pumpkin ball. Boy, if you haven't been, it was amazing. It was just a fantastic party. So thanks to the governor and his family. It was an amazing party. So we're going to play video roulette today. We have two videos we're going to show. Let's take a look at the first one.
Welcome back to Roske on Politics. We are here at the Senator Rand Paul costume event. It's the night before Halloween, and you're dressed up as something really scary.
This is outrageous. I mean, American taxpayers should be really afraid. This is the national debt.
You know, I have got to tip my large hat to you because you were not in Iowa earlier today. You were given a speech on the floor of the Senate just a little while ago. Tell us what happened.
Well, we were up till 3 in the morning, and my colleagues weren't too happy to be there, but I wanted to make a point that we shouldn't just keep borrowing money. We've given the president an unspecified, unlimited amount of money he can borrow in his last year in office, and I think it's a real tragedy. In addition, we're allowing him to spend more money on everything across the board. We busted all of the budget caps. All of the restraint is gone, negotiated away by Republicans negotiating with the president.
You mentioned in your speech earlier today, specifically Social Security. I wonder if you talk about that.
What they did is a little bit of trickery. They took money from Social Security and brought it forward to pay for new spending. So instead of, Social Security is already short of money, but there is some money that's sort of in an account kind of. They pushed it forward, but they're going to immediately spend it on new military spending and
that
new
was his costume
spending.
party. He was dressed as something truly scary. He was dressed as the debt. That was on Beggar's Night before Halloween. Yes, I wore the same costume 2 nights in a row, just in case you guys remember.
Might as well.
But we're going to show one more quick clip here. This is from the Saturday event. You just heard Mr. Duffy talk about the GOP event that happened Saturday. I was there, and I have to say, big thing for the show, I completed my presidential hat trick. Every candidate's been on my show now.
There you go. Perfect.
Wow.
Let's take a look at Marco Rubio, a very hard interview to get. This was the Saturday.
Senator Marco Rubio, there's a thing in campaigns called momentum. Your campaign has it. Why do you think your message is resonating so much with voters?
Well, we're going to continue to communicate our message consistently to voters across the country here in Iowa, and we think eventually that will lead to victory because it talks about the choice before our country right now, which is a generational choice about what kind of country we're going to be in the 21st century. And it's an optimistic message, but also a realistic one. We face real challenges, but also real opportunities.
What do the voters of Iowa need to know about your campaign?
Well, that our campaign is going to be a serious campaign. It's going to be about solutions. It's going to be about confronting challenges, but it's also going to be about optimism. We have every reason to be optimistic if we do what needs to be done.
And finally, in your speech, you mentioned your parents were actually born in Cuba. How does that inform your feelings about the United States opening up relations with that country?
Well, I would love Cuba to be a free country and to have a relationship with a free Cuba. Unfortunately, the people of Cuba are the only people in the hemisphere that haven't had an election in over 50 years.
Senator Rubio, thank you for chatting.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Join me for Candid Conversation.
So that was Saturday, and hats off to Charlie. He did a great event. And Paul Singer, my buddy at USA Today, says Rubio is now in first place for the GOP power ranking. So it was fun to have him on the show. The next big thing, Republicans, is Tuesday in Milwaukee. They're having a debate. But now let's talk about the other side of the coin. This is Sam Lau, the communications director for the Iowa Democratic Party. Hey, Sam.
Hi. Thanks for having me on.
You betcha. So the JJ dinner just happened, and this was, Sam, basically, if it's Democrat politics in the state, he makes sure the word gets out about it. And boy, the JJ dinner was a huge success. How many people this year?
We sold more than 6,600 tickets this year.
6,600.
Yeah, it was a packed house.
Yeah.
Brent was there. I know. I think it was almost more like a pep rally than a traditional political event.
I drove by it. It was packed.
Yeah, it was completely packed. What's really cool about the Jefferson Jackson dinner is we did a theater in the round style. So the stage was actually in the middle of the auditorium, and everyone sat around it. Yeah. The energy in the room was palpable. It was kind of like a rock show or like a big sporting event, and it's because we had more than 6,000 Democrats who were not pumped maybe about the music or the sports, but about the candidates that we have running for president and getting Democrats elected up up and down the ticket.
Well, you're right about the sporting event style. You had, 3 candidates right now, O'Malley, Sanders, and Clinton, and each of them had kind of areas, and they were just shouting out. It was more like a soccer game, really. So it was a lot of fun. And if you saw the episode on my show last weekend, you saw that it was everything except the speeches. We interviewed some people running for state offices, Miyoku Hikiji and Gary Kroger and some other folks. But it was fantastic. I want to talk, before we have to go here, though, the Brown and Black Forum is coming up in January. Now the JJ dinner was pretty much, that was your big Iowa State party for Democrats before the caucus. Next Saturday, we obviously have the Democrat debate happening at Drake.
Right.
But in January, right before the caucus, we've got something coming up. I wonder if you could tell us about the event.
Yeah, the Brown and Black Forum, it's a historic forum here run by Wayne Ford and Mary Campos that really focuses on issues that are important to minority communities here in Iowa. It's been going on for many, many years. I know that I believe Secretary Clinton has already RSVP'd. We're hoping that we'll get our other 2 as well. So that'll just be a few weeks before the caucuses. So it's one of the best chances for our candidates to speak to Iowans and show why they're the best person to lead this country just a few days before the caucuses on February 1st.
You say Wayne's going to do it? Good.
Yep.
He does a good job.
He does. He does a great job, yep.
I was at I saw the press announcement, and this is the first time it's actually, there's going to be a Republican and Democrat debate. Is that right?
Yeah, the Republican one will take place in December, is my understanding.
Okay.
Ours will be in January at Drake University.
Okay, and for instance, State Rep Bakeo Abdul-Samad is involved. Congressman Loebsack is involved. So it should be really interesting. And that's something that, Iowa, when you go to the coast, you go to D.C., they don't think oftentimes of the very large minority community here in Des Moines. So it's great that they're doing that event.
Absolutely. No, we're very excited about it, and it's always been a great event, and we expect it to be another great event this year.
Do you how involved are you going to be in the debate that's coming up at Drake? Obviously, is everyone just coming right to you? Sam, I got questions. Where do I park? Where do I stay? Where do I
it's
eat?
A partnership between CBS, who will be broadcasting it, the Des Moines Register, KCCI, the DNC, the National Democratic Party, and the Iowa Democratic Party. So it's obviously a big event. There's a lot of people involved, and the role that we like to play is we're kind of the Iowa ears and eyes on the ground. So we're making sure that everything is going well on our end. People in Iowa know what's going on, in the Des Moines area know what's going on. We're really excited. It's just the second Democratic debate. We'll have all 3 candidates here. It's going to be at Drake University in Sheslow Auditorium. It should be a really great atmosphere. I know the entire Drake community is really, really excited about it, and I think just all of the people in the Des Moines area are also really pumped.
Is that the same auditorium that Vice President Biden had his thing at Drake a couple months ago?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
It's not like this is a very intimate space, actually. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. And on my credentials thing, it's like spin room, very limited access. So we might be in there, packed in.
Now, what about people that want to go see what's going on at either one of these events? Are the tickets totally gone for these events?
So for the debate, as Brent was saying, Sheslow is not the biggest auditorium out there, so tickets are limited. If you're interested in getting a ticket, we are having a wait list if you call the Iowa Democratic Party offices. And if we have tickets available, we're certainly going to do our best to accommodate as many people as possible. I believe information on the Brown and Black Forum will be coming up as we get closer to that event.
Okay.
Very cool.
Wonderful. Thanks for coming over.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
This Sunday's guest, Rand Paul and Marco Rubio, the Vice Chair of Iowa Republicans, Cody Heffert, Congressman David Young, and Governor Branstad. Big show Sunday right here on this channel at 11:30 and Channel 19 at 5:30.
Perfect.